welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you the newest collection from KBShimmer. It's their summer 2023 collection called Sugar Rush. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're excited to see this collection swatch here on my channel, and if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so you don't miss out on future uploads. I'm filming with my baby hanging out with me today, so if you hear sounds in the background, that is what they are. This collection features 9 gorgeous summery shades in a variety of different finishes. We've got some reflective glitters, just a couple. There are also some really large particle shifty shimmer shades. We've also got some shifty shimmer with linear holographic, some with scattered holographic, so gorgeous variety in the finishes and lots of variety in the colors as well. The collection will launch on the KBShimmer site on Friday, June 16th. And sometime shortly after, the collection will also be available on Beyond Polish. If you didn't already know, I am a Beyond Polish affiliate. If you use code RAY at checkout, you'll get 10% off your entire order. Personally, I will be honest with you, that is where I grab all of my KBShimmer polishes. KBShimmer already sells their polishes at a great price, but if I can get them at even more of a discount, I'm going for it. I'll leave all the details you need down in the description box, the KBShimmer site, their social media, and the Beyond Polish links as well. All right, I am so excited to share these gorgeous shades with you. Let's go ahead and get into the swatches. So there's no red in this collection, so we're gonna start with a pink, but kind of go in rainbow order. This one's called Feeling Good, and it's described as being a pink reflective polish with purple undertones. So this one, wow, the formula, so good. You all know how I feel about reflective glitters if you've seen my channel before. They are not my favorite, and they've not been my favorite mostly because of the formula. They just can be so thick and gloopy and hard to work with. And I am so glad that KBShimmer has kind of reformulated their reflective glitter polishes. This one you could see was an easy to coat. It has a jelly base, not too much glitter, so that it's a one coater. Definitely needs 2 coats, but yeah, super easy application. So here's what those 2 coats look like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. Really pretty. This one I was kind of surprised to see it as a pink. I thought it was a red with some strong pink lean to it. So could be a red, could be a pink, could be somewhere in between. But 2 coats of Feeling Good with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. It's going to be difficult to remove and will dry textured. All right, and I do have a comparison for this shade. On the left is Feeling Good, on the right is There's a Nap for That. You can see that Feeling Good leans a lot more red. I believe the base is clear and all of the color is coming from the glitters, whereas There's a Nap for That has a purple base, I think, and silver reflective glitter. So you can see that one looks much more berry toned. If the comparisons are helpful for you, let me know down in the comments. Up next, we have You Wanna Peach Me. This one is described as being a radiant peach nail polish with ultra shifty shimmer. It shifts from gold to orange to muted red, pink, and copper with holographic flakes. So peach is not usually a polish color that I enjoy wearing on my nails, but this one I wore for 3 or 4 days. I had something where I wanted to wear a beautiful polish, but I wanted a little bit, something more muted, and this was perfect for that. It's got a lot of shift, some beautiful colors in there, but it's not one of those look at me kind of shades, if you know what I mean. So this one I did need 3 coats to build up to full opacity. You can see all of those gorgeous shifts in there, super beautiful, and the rainbow in those hollow flakes. Sometimes hollow flakes are just kind of silvery looking, but these really did flash the different colors of the rainbow. So here in the full hand swatch, you can see all of those incredible sunset-y shifts. It almost looked at certain angles like the base of this one was like a pinky purple shade. I don't know, it was beautiful. So 3 coats of You Wanna Peach Me with a glossy top coat. Up next, we have Any Way You Slice It, and KBShimmer always does such a great job with the names of their polishes, but this one especially I thought was perfect. This one's described as being a bold orange shimmer shade. It's got shifts to gold and yellow and at some angles you can see coppery red as well. This one's described as being a 2-coater, but I needed 3 for all of the shades in this finish. As you can see, it has kind of a squishy jelly formula, which again, perfect for like an orange candy inspired polish. It felt really juicy and squishy, and I was all about it. So 3 coats with a glossy top coat will give you this beautiful look here. You can see all of those shifts. The shimmer particles in here are on the large side. I almost would be tempted, without looking at the description, to describe them as being micro flakies, and because they're so large particle, they give you like a super shiny metallic-y like sheen. It is unreal. It sparkles in bright lighting, but it looks so magical in lower lighting too. So 3 coats of any way you slice it with a glossy top coat. The next shade is called Pucker Up. It's inspired by sour candy, which is my personal favorite. I love anything sour. And it's described as being a luminous, chartreuse leaning yellow neon polish. It's got strong coppery orange to lime shimmer and holographic micro bits. Oh my goodness, I love these micro holographic bits. They are my favorite in any polish. Just that little extra sparkle. They add the twinkle in the sunlight. Oh, it makes me so happy. So this one had a wonderful formula as well. Even though it's a yellow, it applied like butter. It was so smooth and easy to work with. I did still have some visible nail line in 3 coats. If that bothers you, you could always pair it with a blurring base coat. But if you don't usually have that problem, you might not with this polish. Visible nail line is always a problem for me. So that's why I still had it. So here's what it looks like in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. You can see that gorgeous orangey, coppery shimmer against that chartreusey yellow base. This one is so bright and fun for summer. I was absolutely loving it. So 3 coats of Pucker Up with a glossy top coat. Our next shade is called Pull It Together, and this one is a vibrant green reflective shade. In lower lighting, it just looks like a primary green, but when you see that reflective glitter in action, it looks like almost a lime green. It is so sparkly and beautiful. Just like the first shade we looked at, this one has a clear base and then it's packed with those reflective glitter. That's where all of the pigment comes from. It had a really smooth, easy to work with formula. I want to say it was just a little bit less opaque than Feeling Good. I had to work my brush around a little bit to cover up the nail completely, and I still can see a little bit of my nail showing through. However, it did not bother me at all. I couldn't see my nail line. I could just see a little bit of my nail plate showing through. I don't even think staining would be visible. So here's what 2 coats of Pull It Together looks like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. You can see how twinkly that reflective glitter is. Here is what it looks like in indirect lighting. Again, just stunning. Y'all know that green is a recent favorite of mine. I wore this one for 4 days as well. Yeah, I took my sweet time swatching this collection. It's really pretty. So here is 2 coats of Pull It Together with a glitter smoother and glossy top coat and that reflective glitter. Beautiful. So I did want to do a comparison for this one. On the left, we have Pull It Together. On the right, Say It Ain't Cilantro from a Polish Pickup release. You can see that Say It Ain't Cilantro looks much more muted than Pull It Together, because Say It Ain't Cilantro is more muted, but it has silver reflective glitters, whereas Pull It Together, I can't talk, I need to get it together, has lime green reflective glitter. So this one feels much more St. Patrick's Day, more summer, that kind of thing. Really pretty. The next shade is called Cool Beans, and it is described as being a blueberry colored base loaded with a striking shifting shimmer that shifts green to teal, gold, blue, and peach. This one does have that large shimmer particle like any way you slice it. So yeah, I was in love with it. It has a jelly base. It builds up really well though. This one did build up to full opacity for me in 3 coats, and I just adore seeing that large particle shimmer in that blue base. The contrastingness, the way it contrasts, it's just perfect to me. Like, it looks like little flecks of gold. And again, it just shines like nothing I've seen. They almost look metallic with how shiny the shift and the shimmer is. So here's what 3 coats looks like with a glossy top coat. In this bright lighting, I can pick out my nail line a little bit, but in person, I did not notice it. And that shift is just fantastic. Gold, green, blue, it just reminds me of the ocean, and I love it. So the one I decided to compare with Cool Beans is Take a Bow. That one also has a bluish base with green and gold in there. So I thought they'd be kind of similar. They look a little bit close in the bottle, but on the nail you can see not even close. Not at all close. Cool Beans is much more blue, and then Take a Bow is much more obviously green. Take a Bow has more of that green shimmer packed in there, and then Cool Beans, I mean, they're completely different shimmer pigments. Up next, we have Put a Ring on It, which is described as being a vibrant teal-leaning blue. It's got glowy holographic flakes as well as blue and aqua shimmer and a little bit of purple and indigo in there at certain angles as well. This one had a phenomenal formula. It was a little bit sheer on that first coat. By sheer, I mean not fully opaque. It was not sheer. It is packed with shimmer. So it was fully opaque in 2 coats. I think everybody will have this one opaque on their nails in 2 coats. And I loved the shimmer with this base. Just the glow with those hollow flakes. Again, I can't get enough of them. So stinking pretty. So here's what those 2 coats look like with a glossy top coat. I really like the addition of the purple shift in here as well. It was on the subtle side. At certain angles, I couldn't see it. I think you'll see it in my swatch photos. But whenever I caught a glimpse of it, just fantastic. So 2 coats of Put a Ring on It with a glossy top coat. On to comparisons. This one reminded me of 2 KBShimmer shades I had in my collection. On the left, that's Taboo from Polished Pickup. On the right, Better Late Than Never. Those 2, Put a Ring on It and Better Late Than Never, were very close. Not dupes, but super close. The base color was slightly darker on Better Late Than Never, and Put a Ring on It had more shimmer as well as more holographic flakies. Both are beautiful. I love both. I will wear both, but they are pretty close. That's Taboo, not that close. Up next, we have That's Just Grape. This one is an indigo polish, and it's got that micro flake-like shimmer that Any Way You Slice It and Cool Beans had as well. But this time, it shifts purple to blue to fuchsia. This one had a great formula as well. Like Cool Beans, it was more opaque. Once you built it up, it started off a little sheer on that first coat, which surprised me, but I was really pleased with how well it built up to opacity. Again, I could still kind of pick out my nail line if I was looking for it in bright lighting, but in real life, just in regular lighting, it was not super noticeable. Really smooth, easy application. These micro flaky polishes are not difficult to remove. The only ones that are difficult to remove in this entire collection are those 2 reflective glitter polishes. But yeah, you can see the shift on the tip of my nail, just glorious. So here's what 3 coats of That's Just Grape looks like, and I love this one. I love the blue. I love the shift to the purple and the pink. Something about blue polish just screams summer to me. And this one's deep enough to be a deep blue, but it still feels bold and vibrant and perfect for summer. And there's that shift in those flakies. Isn't it beautiful? 3 coats of That's Just Grape with a glossy top coat. And then I did do a comparison for this one. On the left, kind of shady. On the right, Dawn to Earth. In the bottle, you can see kind of shady is pretty dark. It's the outlier here, especially on the nail. But on the right, Dawn to Earth is kind of close to That's Just Grape, in base color anyway. You can see That's Just Grape is deeper, but kind of the same tone as Dawn to Earth. But that pink shimmer is just much more prevalent in Dawn to Earth, much more noticeable. Whereas That's Just Grape, it's a little bit on the subtle side. You mostly get a blue glow, a little bit of a purple glow, but not so much pink. And the final shade in the collection is called Such a Smartie. This one's described as being a faded purple polish loaded with color shifting shimmer that shifts to pink, gold, lime, blue, and even peach at certain angles, all with a linear holographic rainbow inside. Oh boy, this one is beautiful. I don't usually like this combination, shifty shimmer with linear holographic. I just prefer the flakies. But my goodness, I guess I'm a fan of this finish because this polish was fantastic. One of the best formulas out of the whole collection, fully opaque for me in 2 coats, smooth, easy to work with, they all were. But this one was just a dream and I thought it was beautiful. I've been loving gold shimmer lately and it pops so well against the purple and the hollow is so noticeable. So here's what it looks like, 2 coats with a glossy top coat. You can see that shift from gold to green to blue. This is the first one I swatched out of the collection. I wore it for several days. Couldn't get enough of it. I should have swatched it last because I could have worn it for a full week. But 2 coats of Such a Smartie with a glossy top coat. And I did realize I had several KB shimmers that were kind of comparable to this one, so I pulled all of them. On the left is Grand Finale, which was a polished pickup release, and then to the right, Are We There Yet and Missed Me, which are part of KB Shimmer's core collection. So Such a Smartie, closest in base color, I think, to Are We There Yet, closest in finish to Missed Me, closest in shimmer shifts to Grand Finale. So if you could put all 3 of those polishes together, I think you'd get Such a Smartie. All of them are beautiful. None of them are the same. But yeah, I mean, who could pick a favorite amongst these 4? So stunning. And here's a little collage of all the shades in this collection. Let me know down in the comments which one is catching your eye. I love looking at these collages and seeing where does my eye go as soon as I see it, because that's the polish, obviously, that I must add to my collection. So that was KBShimmer Sugar Rush Collection for summer of 2023. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. And now I'm excited to tell you my thoughts. Oh my goodness, I have missed swatching indie polishes. Mainstream is beautiful. I love mainstream polishes. I mean, my manicure and pedicure right now are both mainstream shades. But there is just something about a beautiful indie polish. The fact that it's handmade, it just makes it more special, and the finishes are gorgeous, and oh my goodness, the formulas in this collection were dazzling. It's definitely my favorite collection that I've swatched this year, but I have to say I think it's one of my favorite collections that's released this year. I love the mixed finish collections. They are my favorite. I remember KB Shimmer always did that before, but there for a year, maybe a year and a half, they were releasing collections that were all the same finish. And although they were beautifully done, I just love seeing shimmers and flakies and glitter in one collection. I really feel like there's something for everybody. And I think the colors really look beautiful together as a collection as well. I had a really hard time picking top picks because truly, I feel like I could recommend every polish in this release. But if I had to pick favorites, here's what they are. First, I really enjoyed That's Just Grape. This finish in particular, I was not expecting to like. When I applied the first coat and they were a little bit on the sheer side, I was like, ooh, I don't know. I'm used to KB Shimmers being 2 coaters. This one did take 3 coats for me to get fully opaque, but it was well worth it. The shifts, I mean, even in the bottle, but definitely on the nails, were beautiful. And the way that the shimmer like reflected the light, they're not reflective, of course, but the way that they like shined, I guess, in the light was gorgeous. It's perfect for summertime. And then same thing with Cool Beans. I really liked this gorgeous blue base, and then the shift to green and gold. I just thought it felt very summer. Gorgeous finish. I loved having it on my nails. But my very favorite polish from the collection is the one that I had to get on my nails as soon as I opened the PR package. It is Such a Smartie. I'm sure I mentioned this in the video, but I wore this one for 4 days, and I had the whole collection still to swatch, so that is saying a lot. I really liked this. I did not want to take it off. I love the linear holographic with the shimmer. Usually I'm a flaky holographic shimmer kind of girl, but no, this was beautiful. Love the base color. It was nice and soft while still being bright. The linear holographic just shined so beautifully in the sun and the shifting shimmer. It was beautiful. Let me know down in the comments what you're planning to grab from this collection, or are you skipping it? Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!